Tonight, we will take both the law and the promise. Just a little while on the promise, that you may not be concerned. God planned everything as it has come out, and as it will be consummated. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. You do not earn it. It's not your due. It's not a reward. It's simply a gift, unmerited. And therefore, you cannot lose it. This gift is irrevocable. So no man can take it from you. No man can give it to you. So let no one frighten you. It is yours, and it's coming on time. And the gift is nothing less than God Himself. When He gives you the kingdom, He gives you Himself. For the kingdom is not a realm. The kingdom is a character. It's a body. And that body is perfect. And wherever you are clothed in that body, everything around you is perfect. No matter where you go, were you in the petrified forest, it would burst into foliage. Were you in the desert, it would simply blossom like the rose. That is God's gift, which is the gift of Himself, which is His body. One day you'll be clothed with that body. So set your hope fully upon the grace that is coming to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ within you. That is the unfolding within you of God and His Son. And this is the hope that makes it wisdom to endure the burden of this long, dark night of time. For as Paul said, I consider the sufferings of this present time not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed in us. We are told we are justified by His grace. Well, justification in Scripture is divine acquittal. You're completely acquitted. No matter what you have ever done, you are acquitted. So when we are told, those whom He foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son. And those whom He predestined, He also called. And those whom He called, He also justified. And those whom He justified, He also glorified. So justification is simply divine acquittal. And glorification is the gift of God Himself to you. So that man then matures when he becomes his own Father. So we say, it is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. In giving us the kingdom, He gives us Himself. In giving us Himself, man becomes his own Father. So let no one worry you, let no one in any way suggest that you've got to do something to earn it. You cannot earn the kingdom. You cannot earn this gift. This is a gift, unmerited, and it's not your due. Were it your due, then it's not a gift. It's not given as a reward. You are made fit for the kingdom. And your fitness for the kingdom is the consequence, not the condition of His gift. The minute He gives you Himself, you are fitted for the kingdom, and you wear the body of God. And everything in your presence, while you wear it, is made perfect. But, having given us the promise comes first in Scripture. Then we are told He gave us the law. The law to cushion us, while we as pilgrims walk through the furnaces. And so we have a law. Man is not aware of the law. Even the wisest of men, they're not aware of it. I'll go back now to 1949. I was in Milwaukee, and I gave a series of lectures on the Bible. And this couple, he was a physicist, the head physicist of Alice Chalmers. They're a huge, big manufacturing firm making these turbines, sometimes bigger than this interior. And he was the head of the chemical department, where they would send waters from all over the world who bought the turbine. And he would analyze the water to discover the problem that they faced. Because the water, as it came through the stream, gathered the chemicals. And then the chemicals deposited itself within the turbine. And so they would send him samples of the water. And then he would analyze the water and then send them the solution to their problem. Well, being a trained chemist and the head of the department, he didn't take issue with me, but he said, Neville, I can't quite go along with you. Because as a chemist, it's in conflict with my training. You tell me that you can go forward in time, that you can move backwards in time, that all things are. And everything is now, at this very moment. And yet you're telling me you can make things change, and it's in conflict with my training. We have a law known, said he, and we call it entropy. And entropy means that the past is fixed and unalterable. You cannot change it. If that could be changed, it throws everything out of kilter in my lab. I must know the past is unalterable, like braiding a lady's hair. And the braided part, that's fixed. The rest is future, not yet braided. We are waiting to see how it will develop from the braided part, because that is completely fixed and unalterable. And you tell me it is not, that the whole vast world exists now, past, present, and future, and that you can go into these sections of time in a world that is finished. But I can't go along with that. That's perfectly all right. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a scientist, so I cannot argue the point with you. I only know my visions. And I teach vision as I have actually experienced it. And I can go into these spots. I have gone into these places, and the past has not passed away. And it's fixed, as you say, but I'm quite sure one could go back and revise that past and change it. And I can go forward into the future that I do know and set it up to walk across a bridge of incident. When I come to that point in time where I have entered, it takes on the color and the tone and the reality that I assumed it to be when I entered that state. But he was a very honest man, as most of these fellows are. They're trained to be honest. How else could they achieve what they do achieve in science unless they're perfectly honest with themselves?